should see my Civil 3D out in front of you.
Yep.
What I want to show you, I'll start with the PowerPoint. Okay, I'm going to show you because of the 2025 interface, really quick way of creating a corridor from several alignments and profiles all at one time. Real quick and easy, I'll show you that. I want to show you about connected alignments and how those are used for modeling intersections. And then I'm going to introduce corridor transitioning, which makes it really easy for doing things like adding drop curbs for driveways in a subdivision or really anywhere, any kind of project. Okay, so those are the plans. So I'm going to start with this. I have some alignments here. We've laid out what we want for this development, and we have several alignments. Now I've gone in here and made Civil 3D intersections at the intersections of these alignments. The reason you do that, I don't have that loaded. The reason you do that is so that you can lock the profiles. I picked the right one here. Okay, so this profile is locked at the intersection with that other alignment. And this end we've locked on the other end. So that's this loop road. So it's locked here and locked here. And the way you get it to lock is by adding an intersection object there. You don't have to have the software model the intersection. You just use it, or at least I'm talking about myself, use it to lock these things together, these profiles in place. Okay. All right, so I have my alignments and profiles. I want to create a corridor. Well, Home tab, create a corridor, and you may notice this dialog is much different. Looks like I have Loop Road 2 added in there. Let's go and just say we want to add alignments. And I'll pick this and this. I can just go like that. I don't really want the connected alignments yet, so I'll do them like this. Okay, so I pick all those alignments. They all get listed here, and notice it picked up a finished ground profile for each. Okay, so I don't have to go back and set these. It picked those up automatically. And then which assembly do I want? Well, I'm going to go ahead and assign one assembly to all of these. You don't have to. So I'm going to do the one I call main. And I'll say, oh, I don't have any daylighting, so I don't have a target surface. And okay. Now you're going to see places where one part of the corridor is crossing the other. Here's a big change that they've done in 2025 is the grip editing now is very fast. Okay. I can grip like that. Whoops, I hit the right keys. Just grab the corridor, grab the grip, drag it back. Okay, out in here, I know that there's going to be some. I just need to clean those up. And okay. So if you wanted to build this intersection here, get rid of some labels. Okay, what I've done is I've gone in and created connected alignments. Let me show you about these. First off, this page here, I say connected alignments or curb return alignments. And that's because in Civil 3D, if you go into the menu system alignment, it's going to say create connected alignment. But if you create a connected alignment, it's going to be added to the prospector alignments as a curb return alignment. Okay. Now, what these do is if you have intersecting alignments, like I have this and this, and they have profiles, but now you want an alignment and profile to get around a curb return. That's what the connected alignments do. So the way you do that is alignment, create connected alignments, alignment, okay? Now what you want to do is pay attention to the direction you're going. Usually I like to have it, you know, pick this as the first, because if I'm going to go in that right-hand lane, so I would pick this alignment, then this alignment. Okay, then it wants the location for the connected alignment. Where does it go? What quadrant? There. Shows it to you. Do you like it? Yeah, that looks good to me. Enter. Then I can come in here. This is just styles and what labels. I'm going to go to no labels. Here's my parameters. So the type of curve, we typically are using circular curves. And what's the default radius? Okay, and then offset for the connected alignment from the center line. This gets me to the edge of travelway as defined in my assembly. And this is the connection overlap between the connected alignment and the alignment it's connecting to. Okay, you can't go zero to start the connected alignment. So you have to have something. So this is going to be the straight segment coming into the curve. You can do a preview of it. Does that fit? Sure, that looks perfect. And I say okay, and it then creates that connected alignment. Now I don't need that now because I already had one. But by having those, now you can model your corridor more. So the first thing you do is you want to split this region of your corridor. So I just pick the corridor, split region, this region, okay? And I want to split it, say, at the end of this return alignment. So in there. And then I want to split here at end up here. Okay, so now running through here, this is the right side, right? Because this alignment runs low station at the top, high station towards the bottom. So through this intersection area, we only want to model the right side. So let's go into, I want to show you these assemblies I have too. See, I have one for modeling the right side only. Okay. So let's go back to properties of, I already split them. Let me get to region properties here, and then I'll pick that assembly which is right side only. Okay, if I want to change the region name, through intersection, how's that? And then you can set frequencies with this. Okay, so you've set right side only through here. So now what you do is you're going to model this part defined by these return alignments. So I want to add those into my corridor as baselines. Corridor properties, parameters, add baseline. And I'll pick this and this. Not corridor. What the heck? Alignments and profiles. Add. Maybe I already have those picked somehow. Bear with me a sec. Get rid of these. Corridor properties. Add baseline. Looks like the same thing I was doing before, but oh well. And then what you do is assign a special subassembly here. I have one called left connector, and the difference with that, or the different assembly, I should say, the difference with that assembly is, see how the connecting alignment is going to run right through here. So we're connecting at the lip of the gutter and the edge of travelway, or the edge of pavement coming from the travel lane. And then this lane here, what we're going to do is we're going to have that stretch out and match those centerline alignments and their profiles. See how right now they just go some certain length, but if I tell it I want to do targets, edit targets, this region and this region. Okay, my transition alignment is, or R, it's alignments, that and that. Okay, and then the transition profiles are I'm looking for here's a place where we could have our dialogue enhanced. North entrance and road 3. Okay. So we want north entrance, good, and road 3, good. Okay, so I check those. So now it's targeting those not only horizontally, but vertically. Now notice these regions stop in here. So I need to take this region and pull it back up so it matches to here. And that's where the new features of being able to drag those regions so easily is nice. Okay, I'll show you now. Let's say that you have, you want to put some drop curbs in here. Look in here, you have, I think we're like 3/4 of a foot high on our curbs. Well, that's a little high for residential driveways. So we want to be able to drop those down some distance. So what I like to do is draw myself a little block. See if that I call drive marker. So this is 30 feet wide. The radius of those circles is 2 feet. That's going to be my transition length from 0.75 feet down to 1/10 of a foot or whatever you guys go to. Okay, so let's place this. Doesn't matter exactly where I place it because it's really just going to be used for stationing, and I'll rotate it near to this. Okay, that's going to be one at the beginning, and then I'm going to do another one out in here somewhere. Now, if you want to place these things by station and offset, remember that you can use the station and offset transparent command. I said ''SO. Pick the alignment. Thought I picked it. Doesn't want to pick it because there's a corridor there. There we go. And let's say I want to place this at 708 and an offset of 20. And hit escape. And I'll just rotate that into place. So that gives me points to snap to as I'm doing these transitions. So let's go ahead and set up a transition. You pick the corridor, edit transitions. Looks like turn that off. This alignment, yep, and you get the dialog. Now, it's asking me down here, so I'm going to move the dialog out of our way for a moment. It's asking me down here to pick the subassembly that I want to transition with. And so you see here, if I hover here, how it turns part of it blue, shows me, okay, you've got the sidewalk. No, that's not what I want. There's my basic curb and gutter. Yeah, that's what I want. So all I have to do is click here and then tell it which parameter I want to be able to transition. I want to transition the curb height. And then it asks me for my starting station. I'm going to go down here. Okay. I want to start here at the center of this circle. And we're going to be 0.75 high at that point. And then I want to go to the intersection of the circle and the line and be at 0.1. We'll go to 1/10 of a foot. And that's a linear transition. Then from there, now we're at 0.1. We want to go across the driveway to this intersection of line work. And we want to still be 0.1 high there and linear. Then we want to move up to this center of that circle, endpoint of that line. We want to go back to 0.75 at that point. That's linear. Okay, I think I have what I like. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to apply that. Okay. Hit escape there. Now you can take this whole setup here now and lock it together. So I could say, well, that starting point 708, actually, I want to move that up here to 600. And I can just snap if I want. Where's my E for endpoint? And you see everything else adjusted. So now if I apply, that transition is here. Now these transitions can be saved and applied, copied along. Oh, select a baseline toy. Okay. So I could take this whole transition set, copy it, paste it, take this, say, oh yeah, that starting point is actually over here somewhere, you know. Oh yeah, here's this guy. So I'll put it all there. That should have been locked. Trying to control Z out of that. I guess it's not working. Okay, take this. It's locked. Copy. Paste. It's locked together. So now I can take this, move it wherever. Yeah, down here where my other part is. Everything adjusts accordingly. Apply that. So now when you make your surface model, I'll put that on this screen so you guys can see it. Okay, I created the surface and I'm just going to call this top links. Good. Okay, a lot of these things are just adjusting these grips out. Fix this up. That one probably needs to come in. There's your surface. I did want to make sure I show you a couple other little things that are new to 2025 here. This thing that's on the screen is not new, but I wanted you to see how to preset your connected alignment creation defaults, because there are several settings that you're going to want to apply. Things like, is it a circular curve or is it a spiral, etc., and what are the default settings and that sort of stuff. So if you have a lot of connected alignments to create, it's handy to have those settings preset so you don't have to set them over and over. Okay, so that's just done through the settings tab, into alignment, collection, commands, create alignment, connected, edit command settings. Okay. So that, One other thing that's not really related to corridors, but it's new in Civil 3D, and I think you might like this, is this idea of being able to edit a surface, the tin. A lot of people use this where you delete line, add line, do all that sort of stuff on a tin surface. Well, now you can do that. You don't have to set a surface style that shows the tin lines to be able to do tin editing, for example. And then when you're done, you can tell it revert back to the original style, so I don't have to look at the tin lines. Okay, that's the last thing I wanted to show you. That's it, Huli. Any questions anyone has? I'm happy to help.
We don't have questions at the moment, but thank you so much, Tim, for this great presentation. And I wanted to remind everyone that we have a webinar tomorrow at 1 p.m. about advanced simulation and fusion. So yeah, also if you want to learn any of these topics more in detail, you can take a custom training with Tim or someone else on our team. And if we don't have further questions, I would like to thank everyone for attending. We will be sending an email after this webinar. If you have any questions, you can just reply to that email and we will get you up and running. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Tim. Have a great
You're
week.
welcome. Thanks, Huli. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.